Welcome to the No Mercy Business Coaching Podcast with Emily A. Woodruff, the podcast that walks you through managing your own small business through the highs and the lows. We'll talk with small business owners from all over the U.S. and share insights on how to help manage your business without the extra fluff and connect with other women just like you. Let's dive in. Hey, it's Emily A. Woodruff. Thank you so much for being here for another week. I am super excited to bring you this new content. This week, I want to talk to you about how to manage your small business. And I know that that's a super broad topic, but it just feels like something that we are all struggling with, or it's something that we all have struggled with at some point or another in our careers. So, to give you a little bit of background, I have owned my own small business for about 10 years. Through this, I've learned a lot, and sometimes I had to learn it the hard way. My goal through this podcast, through my platform, through Instagram, through anything that I am putting effort into, my goal is to make it easier for other women in business to manage their own businesses without having to go through all of the same hardships and all of the same struggles that I did. So if you think that you could benefit from that, I think that this is the podcast for you. Again, I am so glad that you are here. Let's just jump right into this and learn more about managing your small business today. So today I have 6 tips I'm going to share with you. And I'm just going to head right in. P.S. I love hearing from you guys. I love seeing your comments. I love it when you share your experiences with me. Feel free to follow me on Instagram or Facebook. I'm really active on Instagram right now. If you want to leave some comments in, the notes below, I would love it. And if there's questions that you have or specific people that you are interested in hearing from, seriously tag them below. I would love to partner with them. I have a whole booked up summer with guests that are coming on, but I am certain that we could make it work. So anyway, the first tip that I would have for you on managing your own small business is to make sure that you have separate personal and business accounts. This seems like a no-brainer to some, but for others, it's just life-changing. Having separate accounts for your business expenses and personal affairs allows you to keep everything in one place and not have to worry about any extra charges being tracked in the wrong place. You don't have to worry about somebody else if you have a spouse or if you have other people that are on your accounts. You don't have to worry about them dipping into the wrong spot or overspending or mixing up your personal finances with your business. It's a really great way at the end of the year when tax time comes around. It's a really great way to keep track of the expenses that you've had throughout the year. I have seriously benefited from keeping it aside. Since I am part of a family of 4, we have tons of daily expenses. I like knowing, at any given time, how I'm doing financially in either arena without having to dig too deep. I like to be able to log into my banking account and see how my business is coming out this month and see how my personal finances are this month and know that they are not cross-contaminated. I like to know that my husband can't dip in and make purchases out of my business account and make... I don't want that to sound the wrong way. I like to know that he hasn't done that because he can. I'd like to know that he hasn't done that because my business is a separate entity. The only person that's spending in it is me, and I'm purchasing, day-to-day things to make my business run: stamps, shipping supplies, props for photography. I'm paying for branding photo shoots. I'm paying for website hosting, etc., etc. You understand. I just love that I know exactly where to look when I need to find some information about my finances. So that's the very first thing. Sorry, we kind of tangented there already right from the get-go. So number one is to set up separate personal and business accounts. Is this something that you do with your business, or is it something that you are nervous to do? I would love to hear how you implement finances into your business and how you manage them. Number two is to set aside money for those taxes that we talked about earlier. Set aside set aside money for your taxes annually. This is one that I really have to hang my head for because it took me a long time to actually start using this trip. Setting aside the money for tax time will save you from a gut punch come April. If you're a small business owner, the first couple of years are usually not that great, not that profitable. It hurts your bank account a lot less if you go ahead and figure out what your taxes are going to be annually and either pay them quarterly or just set the money aside so that when tax time does come, you can make one lump payment and not have it impact what your bottom line was. There's also the option of filing your taxes quarterly and saving your hiney at the end of the year. That's for sure. So number two is just to set aside money for your taxes annually. Whether you pay them quarterly or you do pay them annually, that is totally up to you. I also totally just need to mention that my voice feels like it is completely gone. I don't know what's going on all week long. It's been really strained. It goes up and comes down, and it just feels really weak. So I'm sorry if I kind of trip on my words today. It feels like it's actually taking a lot for me to have a real conversation with people right now. Not really sure where that's coming from. So if you're the praying type, if you feel like praying for my voice to be able to be fully restored, I would appreciate it. Okay, so moving on. The number 3 tip that I have for you in managing your small business is to set up a filing system. Maybe it's just the administrator in me or the background in business that I have, but having a regular system that you use to manage your business is essential. I personally have used Google Docs for my business for the entire life of it. I love that it's all in one system and that I can access it on the go. I keep record of my upcoming photo shoots, my monthly orders, pending clients, upcoming guests for my podcast, collaborations I take part in, and I keep my dream board tucked in there, which dream boards are something we will totally talk about in the future. There are tons of third-party apps that can be used for file management, but I have seriously thrived with my trusty Google Sheets for over 10 years. The best part is that it's free. There are no catches to it. There's no underlying monthly or annual fee to Google Drive. And I love that. As a small business owner, I am always looking for the cheap route to do things, which maybe I shouldn't publicize that, but I try to do things as cost efficient as possible, and Google Drive's where it's at, for sure. So the next tip that I have relates back to the taxes. Hire an accountant or use an accounting program. I seriously cannot emphasize this one enough. Business taxes are not the same as personal taxes. A professional accountant or professional accounting system will help you to manage your proper write-offs, your tax rates, mileage used, etc. for your business. I have used my tax professional for the past 6 or 7 years, and I honestly couldn't run my business without her. One year, we used a big box company, and I was overwhelmed by their processes and the method of their delivery. Find somebody who gets you and your business and partner with them. Stick with them. It gets easier every year as they learn you and your business with time, and they know exactly what to expect, and you will know exactly what to expect. Taxes are literally my least favorite business chore, and I will absolutely hire it out to ensure that I don't have to interact with it any more than necessary. So number 4, this is a big one. Hire an accountant or use an accounting program. Moving on. Number 5, take advantage of mobile apps. In this day and age, everything is mobile. Everything is on the internet. everything is go, go, go. And I know that you know this. Instagram, Facebook, photo filters, Pinterest, Canva, time management, to-do lists, etc. The list is just, it is endless on productivity apps that are incredibly useful for the average small business owner. I look forward to doing a review of my favorite apps that I use daily for my business in a later post. But today, seriously, just go to your app store and search for apps for business and share your favorite ones with me. There are tons that are available for free. All of the ones that I mentioned at the beginning of this one, Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, Canva, those are all free. Now, there's definitely paid versions available for most of those. There's definitely things that paying for, if you give a little bit of money, you'll get a deeper integration. But there are tons of ways to do this for free, because let's remember, we're trying to do things cost efficient. Not cheap, cost efficient, right? Right. And the final tip that I have, it feels like we just breezed through this, but that's okay. You guys are busy and so am I, and that is totally fine. Speaking of which, this tip fits right in. Schedule your time to stay organized. And yes, I said it. Schedule the time to stay organized. If you don't create time to manage your business, you won't be able to. Schedule time to go through your emails. Schedule time to file your paperwork. Schedule time to follow up on client contracts. We all have our own best peak work hours, and it's really important for you to learn where you thrive and how you can be the most productive in your business. I have learned that I personally do very well at reading my emails first thing in the morning and doing creative things later in the day. If I am working on a design project, I cannot do it when I first wake up from work for work. If I have to write a report, or if I have to analyze something, I'm top tier in the morning for that. Or I'm really great about responding to emails or scheduling things or just cleaning up some general clutter that I might have around or something along those lines. But I have really learned that I need to block my time to be able to be the most productive. So I try very hard to reserve my creative time for the end of the day, and honestly the end of the week. The way that my work week looks like, Mondays are pure chaos for me, in a great way, but they are pure chaos, and I simply do not have the time to breathe an ounce of creativity. Mondays are blocked for administrative tasks, always. I don't schedule extra meetings for Mondays. I don't schedule anything if I have the ability to, because I have certain tasks that absolutely have to get done on Mondays every single week. And if I don't do them, it will cause a huge rift within my company. In the middle of the week, I'm following up with things that I've done earlier in the week. I'm putting out fires. I am responding to immediate needs. And then it seems like by the end of the week, I've caught up. I've had a little bit more time to digest what has gone on, through the week. And I can envision how much extra time I'll have, like on a Friday. Some days, I'm fortunate enough to be able to work on design things all days on Fridays. All day. And I love it. It is so fun. I have to be able to, for me personally, I have to feel like I can get into a creative project and just run and not feel like I'm limited on my time and not feel like I'm going to have other tasks pulling at me. I have to be able to get through all of my administrative stuff before I'm able to really fuel my creative juices, So those are my 6 best top tips for managing your small business. I'll run through it one more time. Number 1 is to set up separate personal and business accounts. Number 2, set aside money for taxes annually. Number 3 is to set up a filing system. 4, hire an accountant or use an accounting program. 5, take advantage of mobile apps. 6, schedule time to stay organized. And then number 7 is to subscribe to this podcast and keep listening in. Just kidding about that. I mean, I'm not kidding, but that's not one of the 6 tips I'm sharing with you today. Thanks so much for being here again. I love spending a little bit of time back and forth with you. I would love it if you could follow me on Instagram, follow me on Facebook, respond to these messages and let me know that you are loving them. If there's something that you're interested in hearing about, I want to hear from you. I love interacting with my clients and with my client base. And as always, if you are looking for some design work or you're in the process of branding your own business, stay tuned because some podcasts about branding your business are coming. I want to teach you some things about how to do this for yourself and how to get yourself focused the right way before you dive too far into the branding process. It's more than just choosing a logo and picking your favorite colors. There's a lot that goes into developing a brand, and I can't wait to go through that with you. Thanks, guys, for being here. I hope you have an awesome, awesome day. Stay well. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks for listening to the No Mercy Business Coaching and Consulting Podcast with Emily A. Woodruff. We specialize in branding and design for women, by women.